of the National Unity Platform Forum, NUP political party, noting further that the cancellation of election results from several polling stations by the Electoral Commission disenfranchised about 50,000 voters, registered voters, from exercising their democratic rights in a free and democratic way. Now, therefore, the Central Executive Committee of the National Resistance Movement Party resolves as follows. 1, that the party totally rejects the results of the Kawempe North constituency that was declared by the Electoral Commission. 2, that the party calls upon government to carry out a forensic audit to bring all the culprits who participated and messed up the election to book as soon as possible. 3, that the party instructs its lawyers to immediately challenge the results of the by-election and file an electoral petition in the courts of law. These were the resolutions that the party asked we should make public. Thank you so much.
And furthermore, Karamoja sub-region leaders have asked security forces not to scale down troops in the area to avoid escalating insecurity again. During the community dialogue on cross-border resource sharing held at Naput Rupa sub-county, Moroto district, leaders from Karamoja region cited 2019 insecurity that rose with the withdrawal of security then. The meeting was officiated by the Minister for Karamoja Affairs, Peter Lokeris.
For several years, the Karamojong of Uganda and Turkana of Kenya have been engaged in endless conflicts arising from cattle rustling, acquisition of illegal firearms, and the competition for scarce resources like water and pasture. Several interventions have, however, been undertaken to resolve the matter, including security, deployment, and community dialogues among the warring communities. The Intergovernmental Authority on Development has organized an inter-community dialogue on cross-border resource sharing between Karamojong and Turkana to further address this situation. During the meeting, pastoralists from both communities decry water scarcity, limited access to health and education, among others. This led to the establishment of committees from coordination of transboundary livestock mobility.
We borrow that when the time comes, we sit down as leaders and agree that these are the people coming, this is how they are coming, and will not be having these issues. So that when there is something happening wrong, it's easy to follow up.
Leaders from Karamojong have warned of dangers that might arise out of scaling up security troops in Karamojong at this time when the region is experiencing some relative peace.
After Karamoja smelling peace like this, we made a tactical mistake. Forces were scaled down. Now, the Karashuna utilized that loophole. There was a vacuum which was created. That's when Karamoja got back where it was in 2019.
Try as much as possible to maintain the army presence in Karamoja. We want to maintain security presence in Karamoja so that we consolidate, we remove all the guns that are causing us a problem. That is if we want this region to develop.
Positioning of troops is dependent on the security situation. We are not landmarks, or pillars that we are sinking to keep showing that this
development and warn the leadership in Karamoja and Turkana communities against violating the executive order, prohibiting them against cattle rustling.
I always warned our neighbors, the Turkana, that as you come to Uganda, there is what is standing directive from the president that no single Turkana should come to Uganda with a firearm.
Us from Kenya, you are not welcome until those demands are met. For those who are here, I want to be very loud and clear.
The Minister of Security, who is also the Member of Parliament for Rujumbura County, Major General Jim Muhwezi, says that Rukunjiri district has been one of the beneficiaries in the most of government's projects. He says that most of the key projects, including the parish development model, yoga, new roads, water points and sanitation facilities, have all been aimed at driving economic growth to reduce poverty within the region. Now, he was officiating a baraza in Rujumbura County, Rukungiri district.
Rukungiri district is one of the districts that have benefited from key wealth creation projects like the BDM, Yoga, New Roads Network, water points and sanitation facilities.
Some improved their agricultural products like banana plantations, coffee plantations, and some tried to clear some hills.
Expressed gratitude over government's efforts in the district.
Actually, has promised that everything will be done before primary elections, whereby electricity will be done, roads and water will be flowing everywhere.
Major General Jim Muhwezi emphasized teamwork among district technocrats and political leaders to achieve the targeted goals.
Because we are explaining to the people about the essential services which they need: water, electricity, roads, parish development model, and electricity.
He said development initiatives are part of the government's broader plan to transform the lives of Ugandans.
When we explain to them, they understand, and where they don't understand, and they are not discriminatory, they are not partisan, it's all the people.
The Parish Development Model Program in Rukungiri District has already made significant progress on individual beneficiaries. The program aims to eradicate poverty through the execution of development activities at the parishes. In Rukungiri District, each of the 75 parishes received 50 million Uganda shillings in the first phase, with each beneficiary receiving 1 million shillings.
People have already benefited. As I've told you, we've been doing some monitoring of the PDM beneficiaries, and at least we have people who can give testimony.
However, a few challenges, including unreliable network systems, lack of cooperation from some circle leaders, and insufficient resources to facilitate parish chiefs, were recorded.
When the program
Uganda is looking forward to influence over 2 million tourists from Europe annually. According to Ambassador Doreen Ruth Amule, a number of strategists have been laid to the market to the Pearl of Africa abroad. Now this week, we in Uganda hosted a team of 9 media influencers from France and Spain, generating content to showcase Uganda's breathtaking sceneries, beauty to the European market, and in their native languages, to be specific.
This team of 9 media influencers from France and Spain toured Uganda to showcase its tourism potential to Europe, an initiative led by the Uganda Embassy in Paris. The journey began with a warm Ugandan welcome upon their arrival. The Uganda's famous Rolex, a street delicacy of eggs, rolled in chapati, offering them an exciting introduction to the country's vibrant food culture. Their adventure then took them to the wild at Ziwa Rhino Sanctuary in Nakasongola, the only place in Uganda where rhinos roam freely. The influencers experienced the thrill of tracking these majestic creatures and later participated in the unique tradition of hand-milking the iconic Ankole cows known for their striking long horns. Here in Mukono, the team immersed themselves into Uganda's rich ecotourism lifestyle at Iwafe, enjoying the traditional Ugandan cuisine, cultural dances, and learned about the healing properties of herbal medicine, a practice embedded in the country's heritage. The adventure intensified in Jinja, widely regarded as the adventure capital of the East Africa. The influencers took on a daring bungee jump, followed by an experience of the whitewater rafting on the world's longest river.
Uganda is little known for the beauty, for the wealth and the richness that it has. We have a lot of information that are all over the world, but does not talk specifically of what Uganda has. That's why we had to think of how best can we let Uganda be known. And this is one thing that we are doing.
Eating food again. The CEO of Tanke Media, Ethan Anadol, highlighted that their efforts will significantly boost Uganda's visibility and tourism potential within the European market.
You know, we have a mission that the embassy gave us to make sure more people know about Uganda. And this is something that I wanted to mention also, that you have an advantage and a disadvantage, because many people don't know about Uganda, unfortunately, but it's also an advantage because many people don't want to go where everybody has gone before. So it's a very good thing to show the richness of the country to all the people that are looking for something new.
Ambassador Doreen Ruth Amula emphasized that Uganda has long been underrepresented on the global tourism stage, and the time has come to expose the Pearl of Africa to the world. With a full government backing, the goal is to attract over 2 million European tourists annually, strengthening the sector's contribution to the economy.
That is our target, and we are fighting so hard to make sure that we meet this target. And I'm also sure that my other colleagues from different embassies are also doing the same.
Before coming here, I didn't know anything about Uganda, like many people in France and in Europe, and I travel a lot. And when I came here, I was surprised by the wonderful sceneries.
So I share my experience on Uganda on my social media, and I already got my first feedback from my followers. So I got quite surprised about the activity we can do here, like to be able to see the rhinoceros and also to do rafting on the Nile.
According to Amule, statistics show a rising number of European visitors to Uganda, while Ugandans are also increasingly exploring Europe.
And I look forward to you experiencing what it is to be Ugandan, and indeed to use the content that you're going to prepare to share with as many people as possible, with a view that people can come to experience who we are as Ugandans.
Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, continues to harness its breathtaking landscapes and rich cultural heritage, with the tourism among its 4 key priority sectors alongside agriculture, industrialization and ICT. Edulwa, UBC News.
Furthermore, MTN Uganda has donated food items to Somali Muslim refugees in Kisenyi. The donation of over 500 million worth of items are intended to help these Somali Muslim during the period of Ramadan. The manager international remittances, MTN Uganda, Fatuma Shamim, emphasized the need to give back to their customers in such important religious seasons. Let's take a look.
In observance of the holy month of Ramadan, MTN Mobile Money has decided to give back to its customers in form of alms for the month of Ramadan. And today we are at the Somali community down here in Kisenyi to give back to our big supporters and our big customers in the community who send money abroad very frequently, but also receive a lot of money from their contacts abroad, from the US, from the UK, from Australia, and so many other parts of the world. We also have launched a Ramadan campaign, which is to give back again to lucky winners this time, fully paid trips to Mecca. That is not anywhere in the world. It's MTN Mobile Money that is doing it. So we shall transport them, we shall feed them, we shall accommodate them, and they will be comfortable while performing their ibadah in Mecca.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I gathered here because Momo and MTN invited Somali community to give them iftar, and we are very happy to receive them and to work with them. So I will encourage that other communities and other organizations to come and help other people and help them with
100 million Uganda shillings, and this is not only happening in the Somali community but also other foreign communities in Uganda for them and their families.
Furthermore, members of the Action Coalition for Environment in partnership with the Heifer International Organization Uganda have sensitized dairy farmers on the productive usage of solar energy to boost their incomes. The Commissioner Renewable Energy at the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, Dr. Brian Isabidi, assured dairy farmers of government's continued support to the dairy farmers in form of incentives to benefit from solar energy exploitation in their businesses. Let's have a look.
That renewable energy, and in particular solar energy, is very critical, because most farmers in this country are not on the national grid.
One of the critical things which came out of the research that was introduced to us was that coordination within the sector is an issue, and that's something which then government, especially the Commission of Renewable Energy, is picking up to ensure that we are more coordinated. Number two was an issue of financing, especially financing to enable farmers to be able to access solar technologies.
On whether this is working, maybe we need to do more, but the initiatives at government prove that. In terms of incentives, the number of incentives, fiscal and non-fiscal incentives that government has put in place. Those of you that have been working with solar, you know that the number of exemptions, tax exemptions around renewable energy, and many specific to solar energy.
To transport that fuel to the site, all that one will be used as our interest.
We had been using diesel generators to cool our milk, to power our coolers, to cool our milk. But when we changed to solar, it has helped us a lot to improve the quality of milk, because now
the challenges we get with generators, they are expensive in terms of maintenance and repair and servicing them. They consume a lot of fuel, and fuel is also very expensive.
And we want also to thank Dr. Milton for stimulating this discussion. I think
Business process outsourcing firms in Uganda have applauded the government's recently approved BPO policy, which aims to regulate the sector while fostering a more conducive environment for their growth and success. While addressing the media at Helpware head office in Kampala, the CEO, Robert Nash, highlighted some of the opportunities BPO firms provide to the youth and urged them to embrace digital literacy to thrive within the sector.
So when we look at it outside in, right, for an international firm, and compare to similar policies that we see across very large BPO hubs, I think there's a lot to be proud of. So first off, the policy is a strong step forward, for proving all of those things that we just talked about. It's primarily a step forward in memorializing that Uganda is not only capable, but ready to be recognized as an international BPO hub. And when I think through this, there are really three key benefits, the way that this is formulated. And again, they did a very good job understanding what an infrastructure for success looks like. But when I look at it for Helpware, and then other companies like Helpware that will come, number one, the government was very clear on providing support and various types of incentives. And now that promotes success across infrastructure, skills development, and other areas of creating a digital transformation, right? So in a way, having that voice of support and resources being allocated, so companies can come and establish, it's a policy that's standing with open arms, and it's going to be seen that way.
The National Resistance Movement chairperson for Katikamu South constituency, Patricia Magara, has asked for a comprehensive holistic cleanliness for general physical well-being of girls and women. Patricia Magara was officiating a belated Women's Day celebrations at Ndeje SS Sports Ground in Luwero District.
Patricia Magara says that in order for the girls to be comprehensively clean, they must guard against all forms of physical and moral uncleanness, sexuality inclusive.
Because for the longest time, women did not have a voice. And yet here you are, young girls, please clap for yourselves. Amongst you, we have head girls, we have a school council filled with girls, don't we? We have a teaching staff and non-teaching staff that's filled with female, praise God. But above all, do you know who spread the first gospel in the Bible?
Patricia Magara added that girls must take their education serious to enable them participate in the national politics at the same level like their male counterparts. The head clinical operations format healthcare, Dr. Kenneth Peter Muganga, taught Ndeje SS girls on how to take good care of their bodies to ward off diseases, especially urinary tract infections.
The infections down there come because of our hygiene not being proper. So, take home message. We need to be careful when we are cleaning ourselves. If you, from being number 2, you clean backwards, not forward. When you're bathing, you wash the front before you wash the back. Do not wash down there with soap. Do not push fingers. Do not push anything down there. And most importantly,
First woman of purpose, Ndeje SS chapter chair Lady Florence Naruoga gave historical background of Whoopee in the school.
We really did much back then. We visited the neighboring schools. We took Whoopee to different schools. Whoopee grew and we left it flourishing. And it's really good to come back when Whoopee is still here. And I thank God that the seeds we planted have yielded fruits that are still growing.
The chairperson, Clergy Children's Fellowship, Namirembe Diocese Irene Lugomvu, underscored the importance of decent dressing by women. The school's senior women teacher, also Women of Purpose patron Marion Mwanguzi, organized the ceremony.
Meaning, you want to be rich. You want to be a planned wife, a planned woman, a planned girl, a planned everything. Now I'm here to tell you that you can be all that. You can be all. You can be whatever you want to be if you have a plan.
Come on, in my pocket, tambula body street, issues are my target. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. I'm in a plantation, but on a global mission, internet ambition, full condition. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. Oro cash is gone, netaga yo kaloni, nigga mukafoni, money in the zone. We are what? Unstoppable. We are what? Unstoppable. We are good.
With you and MTN together, our ambition is unstoppable.
We are what? Unstoppable!
Looking for instant excitement? The Uganda National Lottery Spin for Cash game is now available online. Wherever you are, you can join the excitement for just 500, 1,000 and 2,000 Uganda shillings. Don't miss out. Register now on www.nationallottery.go.ug for a chance to win your share of 2 billion instantly. What are you waiting for? Play Spin for Cash now, anytime, anywhere. Ituba is the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC Lunchtime News, broadcasting live from Nile Avenue. Now, in the world of sports, preparations are on for the FACE-T 2025 Father Grimes National Schools Chess Championships that will take or be hosted at Our Lady of Africa School in Namiryango. Our reporters have more details on this report.
For the past 38 years, schools in Uganda gather at a location which is usually an education institution for the Father Grimes National Schools Chess Championship. And yet again, the 39th edition of this age-old chess championship will be at an education institution with Our Lady of Africa School in Namiryango, the proud host.
We got interested in hosting the tournament as a way of encouraging our learners to actually see the numbers that are practicing and actually doing the chess in their schools. That to encourage them, because it is a new game in this school. It is actually a very new game, and hosting the tournament has motivated the learners into real practice and real chess. Otherwise, we are talking about it and it looks like a joke, but now they are really seeing that it is a serious game which their school is actually hosting, and they are very excited over it.
The championship, to be played on the theme of planning and foresight, is expected to attract more than 80 schools and close to 1,000 players. The championship, that is organized by Uganda Chess Federation and scheduled for 4th to 8th May, will have primary and secondary schools with an open and girls category.
What is special about Father Grimes National Schools Chess Championship is because it brings a lot of grassroots development from various regions in the country, all the way from Gulu in the north, all the way from Barara in the western side, and in the central and the Masaka Great region, to bring talent together, and we make sure it is
Senior Secondary School and Our Lady of Africa that has embraced the sport will be looking for top honors.
And as a school, we are 90% ready, but with the weeks of practice we are going to be going through, we are going to be 100% ready to win that tournament.
So what interested me in chess, me as a player, I started playing it in primary 7, the first term. Why? It was because of the people, our teachers. Our teachers used to tell us that chess can improve in your mind itself. The more you play chess, the better you get in it.
There will be trophies, medals and certificates rewarded for excellence, but the biggest prize is top teams that meet FIDE requirements, representing Uganda at the 2025 World Schools Team Championship. At the last edition, St. Mary's College Chisubi triumphed among the boys' open category, while St. Andrew Kagwa Gombe aged all girls. This year's edition is expected to be lit by exceptional performances from players like Sarah Nakaliowa, Hailey Neo Michelle, and Joshua Mulondo. The Father Grimes tournament is named after its founder, the late Father Damien Grimes, who is the former head teacher of Namasagali College.
And with that, allow me to say this is the end of our lunchtime bulletin this afternoon, but let me leave you some words of wisdom. Always remember this. With an egg, when the shell cracks from outside, life ends. But when life comes from inside and the shell cracks from within, then life begins. Thank you very much. Do stay tuned for more news in our subsequent bulletins.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.